calling us in. So now we have, for example, a mandate of the Muslim Brotherhood to do what I'm talking to you about. They were the first to react. It's not that the other ones didn't react, they were the first. Now, I can talk about that because I told them yesterday that I was coming to the Council on Foreign Relations, and I said, can I talk about the fact that you've given them as the mandate to do what the guys before didn't do? And they said, you can. I said, what else can I tell them? Just that. Now, the other places, it's not quite there, so I'm kind of optimistic. And it's not because I believe in them, because I've only just met them. It's because every time we say something or they say something, and we put plans against the walls, and we've got their technicians, well, their higher level officials going up there, they talk the same language we do. So for example, they say, where did you get that information about the fact that this, a mortgage relates to debt, relates to prisons, and how about all of these businessmen who are in prisons? I say, well, this is it. That's how we get these guys going to prison, and because of this law, then they are able to take the debt and take away their houses here. Or that makes them spend 3 years of their total life defending this asset when they could be doing this instead of doing that. And this is what explains why they were not able to accumulate Ras el Mel, why this is really violent repression. And then they come back and say, that's right. When I first went to jail, says the Muslim Brotherhood, I actually got in that way. I was in business and I did, and as you go through the days and days talking about, you find out that, I mean, we're kind of proud of ourselves. We were asking the right questions to the right people, and these are the guys that went to jail.
The usual characterization of the Muslim Brotherhood, with certain people in exception, you know, Khaled al-Shatter, of course, is a very successful businessman, but there are not that many economically experienced people in the Muslim Brotherhood. But what you're saying is that from your conversations with them, you've actually found them to be pretty economically sophisticated.
I have indeed. But at two levels, of course, you know, you can be economically sophisticated in the sense that you know that if you over monetize your economy, this happens, that other happens. No, they're not the only ones, of course, but they're especially sophisticated in knowing the economics of poor people that are lacking what it needs to actually make it in a market economy. In other words, in terms of being enterprising, this is an old human tradition. It doesn't come from Western Europe. I mean, Arabs invented the check 700 years ago, and you could draw a check on Beirut and cash in Singapore 700 years ago. So that's been around. We were conquered